Hello everybody, 'tis I, TheRumpledOne, coming to you from the garage sale once again, digging out some more books. Well, earlier I made a video about, how I did what I did. Well, one of the things I did was, since I didn't want to work my life away for other people, was I started investing in real estate back in the 80s. Robert Allen, No Money Down. That was one of his books. Creating Wealth was another. This one, The Challenge. But if you probably know what happened to Robert Allen. Albert J. Lowry. How You Can Become Financially Independent by Investing in Real Estate. Then the classic by William Nickerson. How I Turned $1,000 into $1 million in real estate in my spare time. Classic book. Now, let me tell you something. It was scary at first. Really was. I was a little afraid. And then I realized one thing. When you go to buy real estate, especially if you're buying a home or a small apartment building, you have a lot of people working on your side, and in a way they're looking out for your interest. For example, the lender isn't going to lend you the money to buy a building unless, one, they think that you can pay back the loan, and two, that the property is worthy of the loan. So right then and there, you can't even move forward unless the lender approves. So you've got somebody looking out for you. You've got appraisers looking out for you. Insurance company, they're not, if the building's a piece of junk, they're not going to insure it. They're going to come out and check it out, make sure it's, what it's worth what they say it's, or at least what you're going to pay for it is. So once I realized that, I wasn't afraid anymore. Now, real estate wasn't something that I learned in school. I was basically self-taught. What I did was, at the time I lived near Washington, D.C., and this is the early to mid 80s. And these guys were on TV all the time. Tom Vu, TV, Tony Hoffman, and Lowry and Allen, and a few others. And they would come, go to a hotel, in these big meeting rooms, and have their projection videos. Actually, back then there weren't videos, but they'd have their slideshows, maybe PowerPoint presentations, and they'd tell you about real estate, how it was the ideal investment. They'd tell you all these fancy terms: appreciation, depreciation, compound interest, and all these things that I didn't have a clue what they were talking about. So I would attend these seminars, and of course the whole idea of these free seminars, or $5 seminars or $10 seminars, they just wanted to get you in the door so they could sell you a book or something for hundreds of dollars, or entice you to take their next course, speaking engagement, for $500 or thousands of dollars. Well, I never fell for any of that. Instead, what I did is I'd go to the thrift stores and look for the books by these authors. Then I'd read them. And then I'd go to these presentations. And what I would do is, if they made mention of a term, a word, an idea that I didn't understand, I'd take notes and I'd do my own research. Way before the internet. It was really slow going. Had to spend a lot of nights and weekends pouring through these books and to understand this stuff. And slowly but surely, I started to catch on. And probably within 2 years' time, I basically had my own MBA in real estate, because when I first went to those seminars, I didn't know what they were talking about. Then it got to the point when they started talking, I could complete their sentences. And when I figured, when I could do that for a while, go to a seminar, and they weren't teaching me anything new, I already knew it, then it was time for me to take that step. put my name on the dotted line and buy. So that's how I did that. And you can do that now, because I mean, now is almost a better time. Real estate prices are at all-time low. Mortgages, you can get 3 or 4% mortgages. So if you're at all interested, these books by these authors, Lowry, Allen Nickerson, yeah, they were written decades ago, but the fundamentals of real estate have not changed. Okay? Now, there's a lot more paperwork involved, that's for sure. And now is really not the best time to buy income property. But let's say you want to buy that dream home, and you see it, that basically it's going to be at a bargain basement price. Go for it. Or let's say you're a young couple or a young individual starting out, and you think real estate's something you want to do. Well, what I would suggest is you buy a duplex, triplex, or a quad. Small income property where you live in one of the units, so you can keep close eye on your tenants. And you learn fix things yourself. You'll start to learn more than you've ever wanted to know about toilets. You'll learn about refrigerators. You'll learn about electric. You'll learn about how to hang a door and replace doorknobs and all that kind of stuff. Not that difficult, really it isn't. YouTube videos show you how to do it all. And you do that, and you get that one little property going, and you just stay small, stay solid, and then that property will start churning out some income, and that's an income stream. So then you don't have to punch that clock maybe, or punch it as hard or as often. And you can do that now. Or maybe you've got a business, you can find a business property, so instead of paying somebody else's mortgage, you can be paying your own. Got to be careful though, because the way the economy is, things could change. But if you're on the ball and you've got it, now's a really good time. But I wouldn't look to buy single family homes to turn around and rent it, because you can't count on that person renting and having a job tomorrow. To me, that's not smart. Not the time to do it. This is the time where if you've got the resources to take action and get your family home. Maybe you can't get the dream home. Maybe you can just buy some little fixer-upper. But then it's yours. Then you can fix it up, and then maybe in a few years, the economy's a little bit better, you can sell it for a profit and move up in properties. That's how to do it. So then I got boxes of these real estate books. But I just thought I'd pass that along. That's part of the how I did it. So once again, it was a choice. It was a decision. And I educated myself, I prepared myself, and then I took action. It's that same simple formula that I used and that I will use time and time again. And it's something that you can use. So I hope you found this video useful. Thanks again for watching and listening. And maybe you could pass this on to somebody who they might find it useful. And I'm going to keep digging through the books and see what else I can find.